Here's Tim Pool's Russell Brand take. I don't know. Is Tim Pool getting dumber? He's becoming more dumb and more hateful to the point where, what's this guy's name again?
Oh, Andy No.
So Andy No is like somehow the voice of reason in this clip.
That's pushing crazy.
Yeah. No, that really tells you where Tim is at this point.
Tim is lost.
Oh my God, Andy No. What a name. What happened to this guy? I thought he was like being attacked mercilessly by Antifa.
He got milkshaked into oblivion.
Yeah, he got milkshaked so hard he almost died, and then
it wasn't milkshake. It was it was a cement. It was an advanced cement compound mixture.
Yeah.
Alien tech.
It's just weird because like they went to court for that, and I'm pretty sure he didn't win that court case. So I guess justice is on the side of Antifa on that front. You know, Antifa judges.
They took the dub.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's Tim Pool on Russell Brand.
So, I have criticisms, going so many directions here.
I reject all of the accusations and allegations against Russell Brand outright.
Thank you. Well, that's an enlightened position. Yeah, that's a nuanced take from Tim Pool. I appreciate that.
Oh no, he won. I thought he lost one lawsuit and he won one lawsuit. He won $300K from defendants who ignored lawsuit over a Portland protest beating.
Wait, what did he win for?
Andy, yes.
He won one of the lawsuits and he lost the other one.
But what did he win on? What did the judge find?
This is such a funny thing because if you look up Andy No court case, there's like 3 articles on. There's like Fox News articles saying he scored a legal win, and then the Civil Liberties Defense Center is like Andy No loses lawsuit.
All right, we'll look in.
Portland jury finds no fault for 2 activists at trial.
Let's look into it. I want to focus on this Tim Pool clip.
Okay.
He says, "No matter what, I support Russell," which is beautiful.
I mean, it's a pattern in.
But one of them went to a rape crisis center.
Oh no, Andy! No! Don't say that.
Bring that up.
Yeah.
At the time.
And considering the political state of this country, considering the actions being taken against them, considering the motivations of the press, sure. But
sure, yeah, she did a rape.
Sure.
Fine, whatever. Sure, this happened like 4 years ago before he worked for before he even pivoted into right-wing griftdom.
Give the benefit of the doubt. Sorry, not happening.
Bitches be lying.
It's not a benefit of the doubt situation.
She's not giving her the benefit of the doubt. He says, "I don't believe women." Straight up.
Okay.
Women be lying.
Right.
There are so many
They be shopping. They be lying.
Bad people and criminals who are getting away with everything. That what we end up seeing is law enforcement choose to go after certain people when it benefits them politically.
Yes.
That's the nature of the West.
Why aren't we going after the bad guys instead of investigating Russell Brand? We cannot do both in this vast country with thousands of different police departments and federal agencies.
Famously, the British police it doesn't have any like well-documented investigations on how they have routinely thrown aside or engaged in victim blaming at a systematic level in rape cases in the UK. Certainly, no such thing has existed.
Look at this.
I'm being sarcastic. That did happen. The British police had to investigate the British police because of their, routine misconduct in sexual assault cases.
This is not worth the effort, in Tim's opinion. This is Jordison Academy here, guys. It's basically just a what do you call those videos where it's like girl dates
the cut
lineup. He's doing cut. He's charging for cut videos. You can watch those for free on YouTube, man.
I love that the top response is a question: is it accredited?
No comment. No, 51 weeks. No comment. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
And then the second one.
Nice.
Yeah, man, this is great.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge.
So when I see 20-year-old accusations, it's Brett Kavanaugh all over again. Sorry, don't care at all. You want to investigate, you want to prove it, by all means, please do so.
20-year
you prove it in a court, fine, I get it. But now,
yeah, none of these are. First of all, that's a separate thing. Obviously, I believe that if somebody raped someone 20 years ago,
especially someone under the age of 18, like
she was saying, that's what they keep ignoring. They go, they always do this. They go, yes, it's gross to have sex with a 16-year-old, ignoring the whole thing that he raped her. and groomed her, all documented.
Yeah, that's it's pretty wild, but also expected. You know,
conservatives are pro pedophilia. It seems like.
I mean, when have they not been?
I think like it's just straight up. Man.
Conservatives. The difference between like libertarians who will openly say that like the age of consent law should be abolished or whatever the fuck, like the New Hampshire Libertarian Party Twitter account, who's run by literally a woman dating a fucking convicted pedophile who's in prison serving a sentence for child endangerment. Okay. Sometimes they'll be open about it. Sometimes they'll engage in the actually it's a phobophilia, so it's okay argument. But others, the more mainstream conservatives, will oftentimes defend not direct pedophilia, not direct like sexually assaulting minors, statutory rape, but instead will say, well, you know, child marriages are an adequate formation. Like it's much better than like other forms of fucking children. You know? It's like, why are we getting into the weeds of this? Like, you can't say it's bad. Like, it's wrong. It's fucked up.
Nah, you're wrong. Tim, dude, look at his samurai sword. Shut up, dude.
Like, I'm not one of these, like, I'm not a Zoomer, so I don't constantly talk about, like, problematic age gaps. Like, if someone is 25 and the other person is 26, like, what's going on there? Is there a power imbalance? Like, I'm not one of those fucking weirdos, right? A lot of people love having those arguments. But, like, pretty good rule to be like 18 and under, you know, don't touch that. That's weird. That's gross. It's illegal. Fuck you.
All right, let's see.
People and criminals who are getting away with everything, that what we end up seeing is law enforcement choose to go after certain people when it benefits them politically. That's the nature of the West today. So when I see 20-year-old accusations, it's Brett Kavanaugh all over again.
This idea that it's a political hit job is just endlessly funny to me. This man gets 80,000 views on Rumble. He's the only thing he's a threat to is like.
Well, he gets a lot of views on YouTube and now more than before, by the way, because he's been canceled.
Yeah, but that'll go back down.
So the thing is, like, are you advocating to not have to have a statute of limitations for like child endangerment? Is that what's going on? Because that's not very QAnon of you, my guy. What's happening? You know? He's like, oh, the statute of limitation is out the window.
He's actually about to go much further than that.
He's like, listen, if I can rape someone and get away with it for 20 years, that's it. I got away. That's scot-free, baby. I made it to the finish line.
Those are the rules.
Those are the rules. You know what I'm saying? Go on a raping spree as a young man. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't care at all. You want to investigate, you want to prove it, by all means, please do so. You prove it in a court, fine, I get it. But now, does anyone actually even believe these courts? You got Donald Trump.
Bro, why are you living here? You go, we don't believe the court. We don't believe in statute of limitation.
Right.
How are you existing in this world, bro?
Isn't that crazy? Like, usually the conservative line or like the Russell Brand defenders, it's like, oh, it's fucked up that he's losing his YouTube monetization before he goes to trial. He deserves a day in trial.
Tim
here is saying,
yeah,
even if he gets to trial and is convicted, I still don't believe.
Because we don't trust the courts. Yeah. We don't trust the court.
It doesn't even matter.
Again, sorry, don't care at all. You want to investigate, you want to prove it, by all means, please do so. You prove it in a court, fine, I get it. But now, does anyone actually even believe these courts?
It's awesome.
You got Donald Trump and that story that...
Yeah. It doesn't even matter.
He's innocent.
He created a perfect loop where he's like, investigate it in the courts if it actually happened. But also, I don't even believe the courts.
I don't believe the courts.
So there's no way that you can find Russell Brand criminally liable.
And I refuse to read the article. I just won't read it.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool way to make, like, I guess a logically consistent article, a logically consistent argument in your own brain, in your own like weird logical circle that you've closed.
A woman in New York.
I understand that he's just, he's just appealing to his audience, but like, just read it, man. I'm telling you, you're going to be embarrassed if you just read it. It's really bad, dude.
He went to that department store.
Carol E. Jean.
Yeah, right. What was the department store?
Bergdorf Goodman's, right?
Yeah, Bergdorf Goodman's. And it's the busiest place with the most famous man.
Wait, he's going back to Trump assaulting this girl in a dressing room as proof that Russell didn't do it?
Yep.
Bro, what are you doing? And also, like, again, you're conflating this is a 20-year-old accusation with Russell that apparently just did this like 4 years ago. I think it was pretty.
No, all of the incidents were from longer ago than that.
Oh, okay.
I think what you're thinking of is a few years ago is when behind the scenes it started to come out, and his co-star
It wasn't 20 years
called
ago,
him out
right?
and everything. Well, no, I think it was.
Not that it matters, just for the record.
It was like 10 to 12 years ago or so.
I'd like to talk to Tim. I've never
Pool?
talked to him because he is just a moron, right? I mean, he really is just dumb.
I think he's a better propagandist than we give him credit. I think that in a lot of instances, especially with Tim Pool's situation, you're tailoring your message around the audience's expectations, needs, and lack of interest in like learning a different side of the story. An example I will give you is this. Kyle Kalinske yesterday was making fun of the Trump fraud case, where a New York judge found that Trump artificially inflated or fraudulently inflated his assets by $2.6 billion. His total assets were around $1 billion. He inflated that to $3.6 billion to get more favorable loans from a bank. This was fraudulently done. One aspect of that was putting the price point of Mar-a-Lago at $700 million. Mar-a-Lago's actual price, actual valuation is $70 million. But if you look at the surrounding region of Mar-a-Lago, there's a lot of small houses on much smaller plots of land that are worth $40 million, $50 million. So why is Mar-a-Lago only worth $70 million? This is very confusing until you find out that there is a land deed restriction that stops appraisers from looking at Mar-a-Lago as a residential real estate property because you can never put residential real estate on Mar-a-Lago land. This is something that Trump has used to actually pay less taxes year over year when he's talking to the IRS, right?
What did Tim say?
Tim did the classic thing that conservatives do and was like, look at the houses around. You think Mar-a-Lago is only worth $70 million? You're a fucking idiot. It's totally worth $700 million.
Didn't he say 1.5 billion was worth?
It was no. I'm saying like that's just one of the many different properties that he lied about. Like
I'm saying Trump said Mar-a-Lago is worth 1.5 billion.
I don't know if
it's even
he
more
said that.
psychotic of a lie.
Yeah. Well, the point here is not necessarily Trump lying about his assets, but more so about Tim Pool and others knowing full well that if they investigated a little bit further, which I'm sure Tim did, they would find out that the land use restrictions on this deed for Mar-a-Lago made it impossible for Mar-a-Lago to be valued at $700 million. And that's part of the reason why the courts found it fraudulent. But Tim knows he can just point to the dumbest thing that everyone else around him that sounds normal and sounds like a good argument if you haven't investigated the situation further. So he'll just point to that and move on with it.
This is what I'm saying is like he's good at talking to his people, but like if you're in a debate with somebody who's prepared and you say that, then it's like he can't justify his position. I don't think it'd be easy for him to do that, which is why I think it might be.
Yeah, but when you do that so much, so frequently, and the only types of debates you have are in person in your own compound, because Tim Pool and I were supposed to have
not going to his compound.
Tim Pool and I were supposed to have a talk during COVID, and like he did this with Sam Cedar as well, where I was like, yeah, I'll do it over Zoom. Like, I don't want to go to your place.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. What the fuck do you mean? Why would I give you clout like that? Like,
well, who cares? You don't need to fly there to talk to him.
Yeah. And Zoom was perfectly appropriate. He does maintain the position that I told him I would be down to do it, but only on Zoom. And he doesn't want that to happen. He wants you to be on his own home turf. And I'm not interested in doing that at all because I'm not going to take time off just to go and talk to Tim Pool. But I'd be willing to talk to him.
Why don't you come to my office, bitch ass? Coward.
I don't think he would do that.
Well, then why the fuck should anyone go to his dumb
But I
office?
think we could do it via Zoom.
I'm the bigger dog, Tim. I got more views. I got more crew members. They're cooler.
It's not even about that.
Well, then what the fuck is it about?
It's more so about having you in a controlled environment where you can get like multiple lines of attack from different people. Like he did this with Emma too.
That's true. When I sit at the table with him, it's like a 6 against 1. But anyway,
I don't know if we're cooler either, to be honest. I don't own
I don't have a samurai sword on my.
I don't have an 18th century pirate pistol either.
I do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I have.
well, you're cool though.
I have an MK18 Daniel Defense. I have a Glock. I have multiple katanas.
Wow.
I just think it's funny that he's like, Sam Cedar, Hassan Piker, cowards for not coming to the show. It's like, oh, do you want to come to my show? I would never do that.
Yeah, it's very odd. I mean, I'm perfectly willing and able to talk to Tim at any point in time, as long as it's on, conditions and terms that I'm comfortable with. I'm not gonna like quit my stream to go fucking fly to his compound and hang out with his sweaty friends. Like, I don't want to do that.
His audience doesn't care if it's on Zoom. Everybody would watch that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It'd be so
Man, arguably in the city. Nobody
He owns the hotel next door.
He owns the next door. Nobody noticed Donald Trump with no security going to the second floor, I think it was, and then a New York jury finds Donald Trump accountable, liable for this assault or something?
Sexual assault.
This is why he believes Russell Brand, by the way.
This is him. This is me trying to get him to read the article. You just won't look at it. You just won't look at it, man.
The beanie's stopping
just
him.
read the article at least, brother.
Insane. That's insane.
All right, shut up, dummy.
Shut up.
That's Tim Pool, everybody. We love him. Thank you.